There is just something so distasteful whenever a parent of a child, a carer of a child decides to film these children having a breakdown and post that as content for TikTok clout. And these just aren't any breakdowns. These are autistic breakdowns. You are consciously posting this content to the big wide world where autistic people are essentially looked at as weird, they're too much, they're way over the top, they're too hard to handle, they're hellish people. And by posting these videos of children with overstimulation and not being able to properly handle their big emotions, you're further contributing to this narrative by uploading these videos and shaming, demonizing, I will go as far as to say, these kids. I personally have such a connection with this story, because a lot of my friends are autistic. My best friend is autistic, and even my doctor, as of recent, like a couple of months ago, called me, asked me to come in and get diagnosed. I just have not had the time to go in yet. But most of all, a lot of you guys are autistic too. Like, I get so many emails about how y'all are bullied on the internet because you're different from neurotypical people, and it saddens me and literally angers me to the core because you shouldn't have to mask forever. Okay, now the first screenshot we have here, I will not be playing videos. This is a child who is opening up a present that he clearly did not want. And everybody had their phones out recording because it is totally hilarious to make a child upset on purpose and post it online to the likes of those kind of people who are like, what an ungrateful little when all they know is a 6-second clip? Oh my God, whoop-de-doo, newsflash, kids cannot handle big emotions at times. And what we're about to get into is a lot worse than what we have first started off here with, because I feel like if you are going to do something to purposely upset your child, don't be surprised at the result of that. We have another video of an autistic child who was having a moment because she didn't get her own way. Now, I watched the clip in its entirety and nowhere in the video did it state what she didn't get her own way about, but there is a guy in this video who I am presuming is her father, could be her uncle, I don't know, but presuming it's her dad from the other videos on that TikTok account, he is basically taunting her by saying, quote, "Oh, you upset because mummy didn't let you do blah, blah, blah." Why are you taunting and instigating a breakdown of an autistic child? I don't understand. And it's even worse because you got mummy sitting there filming this for her little TikTok account. The child visibly gets annoyed. She gets up and starts to hit the man. So he picks her up, manhandles her, and throws her onto the couch, in which she then proceeds to hit herself really hard. It was disturbing watching that, mostly because the person filming this, the mother, just sat there and did all. It was a truly heartbreaking video to watch, and there were so many people who had to come forward and were just like, this isn't right. You got to delete this video, man, because one day this child is going to grow up and have this stuff out about her without her consent. We're living in such like a scary generation at the moment with technology where people are gonna find this one day, her future partner, her future jobs, her future whatever. Like, you've already kind of decided her life for her, and it's not fair, all because she has autism. This child doesn't know how to regulate their emotions because they're neurodivergent. This video shames the child and further stigmatizes autism into being, this hellish thing, especially for a parent to go through. Now, while I fully sympathize with parents of autistic children who genuinely just are uneducated and don't know what to do, it's exactly why you got to get educated and really just bite your tongue, because you are the reason this child is alive. You brought them into the world. They are your responsibility no matter what. You sat here and filmed this child hitting herself. She was self-harming, and we're supposed to feel bad for the mother? Absolutely not. I'm so sorry, but I feel way more for the child who is being exploited and demonized by her mother on the internet rather than the person who is just sitting there being like, yeah, this man can taunt her and she's hitting herself. What is wrong with you? And, you're posting this to a platform where there are absolutely terrible people, okay? TikTok. It is a hate breeding ground. It is exactly why autistic children in specifics are thoroughly disliked among neurotypicals, because they see this bratty behavior instead of this child who is clearly overstimulated and just needs some help. It's hard for these neurotypicals to have empathy, sympathy for what they are seeing because they don't understand what's going on here. These people will only post the absolute worst moments of what it's like being an autistic individual, especially an autistic child. So yeah, thank you for making it easier for people to bully them and be ableist towards them. Good job. This video is absolutely terrible. Now, I say it's terrible because the mother is once again shaming the daughter for being autistic. It's not even just that, man, but the comments are absolutely horrendous. There were comments going in on this child's weight that, oh, my anger issues could never, in talking about, what is happening here in this video. And it's very much one-sided because we only get to see this mother's frustration because her autistic daughter keeps on breaking tablets. Yes, that is exactly what is happening here in this video. Her daughter keeps on breaking tablets due to her autistic breakdowns. I'm not sure why you posted this exactly, shaming her for doing this. If she's continuously breaking them, why are you not continuously taking active duty to avoid this issue? These tablets have absolutely no protective gear on them whatsoever. So are you just purposefully doing this to post online how your daughter is? Because honestly, it worked. There were an abhorrent amount of comments. Like, I think I read through at least 500 of them until I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine being this child growing up and looking at these comments. I would be devastated. So why should parents and people in general not post these kinds of videos online? Well, you may think that it's spreading awareness, but it isn't. It really isn't spreading any type of awareness when there are no kinds of like, okay, so here is what it's like for my child to be going through this, blurring their face, make sure that their identity is unknown, because again, it's just a whole other thing whenever you post children on the internet. Different topic for another time, but there are most certainly creators out there that do post amazing videos on educating people about, what it is actually like being a parent of an autistic child. Where the problem lies is you have these parents of autistic children that make it their entire personality to shame and really make themselves out to be the victim online. Like, it's so hard to put up with this child that I brought into the world and I'm supposed to look after, keep safe, and help them grow into a better person. But no, instead, they want to take videos, post them on the internet, and wait for the poor you, victim you comments. And it's disgusting because it's almost like these children are being dehumanized by these certain types of parents, like the ones we've spoken in today's video. Not only will the parent dehumanize them, but you have a whole entire world out there as well that will dehumanize them at a drop of a hat. It doesn't matter to people online. They don't care because there isn't any consequences for what you say online. You have another issue too with digital footprint. So these children cannot consent to these videos being put up there out online. It's really just a matter of not posting these videos because it's really, really harmful, and it makes some neurotypicals who don't have empathy, unfortunately, for neurodivergent people to look at these videos and go, oh my God, if I was to ever have one of these kids, like my anger issues could never. And like, okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today because it just hurt me seeing a lot of these videos, and that honestly doesn't really matter. What matters more is that it's gonna hurt these kids in the long run. Just know you're valid. It is okay to not be okay at times. We're all going to have our moments, autistic or not, and that is completely okay because we are only human having a human experience being human. And none of us are perfect. Thank you, everyone, so much for your time. To my fellow autistic individuals, I would just like to ask you, have you had the unfortunate experience of anything like this happening to you? Please feel free, feel comfy to talk about it down in the comment section below. I would love to hear about your stories otherwise. So with all that being said, everybody, thank you so much for your time today. I hope to see you all soon. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.